Greetings, YouTube. Happy midnight, my time, as I'm recording this. For some of you, it's even later in the Eastern time zone. Others, maybe not so much. And you across the pond, maybe you're waking up super early to go to work, or you'll see this when you wake up. Either way, thanks for tuning in to my channel, as always. This post was posted by Kabam Mike. It says 12:42 a.m. on October 31st, but it was a few hours ago, and I've had time to read through it and wanted to give my thoughts. This is something that certainly doesn't apply to me or anyone else who is uncollected, but you see, this isn't really about us at this point. I keep telling people that Kabam makes their money in two ways. Really, I guess three ways. Alliance War, which is mainly the whales at the top and Master of Platinum, but they also make a great deal of money off of new and intermediate players. And one of the videos that I've been meaning to make, but I just haven't taken the time to, is kind of a feedback and analysis of my conversations with the many different members of Kabam in New York City at New York City Comic Con, which is somehow already almost a month ago. That seems impossible to me. But anyhow, one of the things that I talked to Kabam about is kind of their marketing idea for who they want, and something that Kabam's developers are wanting to make a push for, and this is right up the alley of what they were talking to me about, is trying to retain more people when they download the game. We're seeing a lot of burnout with people who are tired of Alliance War and want to retire. But that's not where the future of the game is. The future of the game is with people who are downloading this now. And of course, we've got the second part of Avengers Infinity War, which will be named, I guess, something else next year, and a multitude of more Marvel games. So they're looking to keep people who are downloading the game interested, and with so many other mobile games to compete for your money and attention, like Fortnite, among others, you really need to give players more and more incentives to care and to feel like they're progressing, because if you don't progress fast enough in this game, or you get really terrible luck, or both, you quit. And I hear it time and time again from people. Prof, my last 5 4-star crystals have all been trash. I feel like I should quit. And I keep telling you, eventually the pendulum does swing back, but you've got to also understand that there's probably only about 20 champions that are instantly game changers, and there's over 150 you can get. So you're going to get mostly middle to below average champs. It's just how the odds are going to work out. But with that being said, this post is going to be Kabam's attempt to get newer players and intermediate players to stick around and give them your money, because here's the deal. We've got the Uncollected title. We've had the Uncollected title since Uncollected came out, last August, which has also been over a year ago? How the heck is that possible? But now we've got these new 3 progression titles, which are beneath Uncollected. So this is for people who are progressing towards Act 5, but who are not anywhere close to Act 5 in many cases. I also just want to say I've been playing this game for over 3 years, so it's very easy for me to completely forget how much time and energy and difficulty it took to complete Act 1 and Act 2 and Act 3, and especially Act 4. I remember the main reason why I completed Act 4 was because I waited to download the new version of Marvel Contest of Champions, which was patch 12.0 at the time, until I had used all my energy and units to get Scarlet Witch to destroy all the content, because she was that good, and she was at Sig 99, and she was a rank 565 champ for me. And then, of course, when I downloaded it, all of those champs quickly were neutered. But that was how I beat Act 4, and I feel very sorry for newer players who have to take on, like, Jugs now on that one node that you can't go backwards. I think it's the Caltrops node, and now you can't stun him. Before, you just parried and you waited, and now you can't parry and you get the staggering ability. So good luck with that, newbies. Sorry you have to go through that. But there are a couple of things about this that I think are a little shady, and as always, I'm going to be objective. This is not me trying to be super negative. I just want to be complete and provide a full perspective that's not just sounding like it's a public relations positive for Kabam, but also not a public relations nightmare. Okay, so we're going to scroll down and we're going to see that the uncollected status has received great materials, but better suited for your progression level in the 4-hour and daily crystals you'll now have with these 3 titles. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to see that you can now have updates to the 4-hour crystals that you can claim and the daily. So you'll notice that the default is, as always, a 1-star hero, a 2-star hero, and a 3-star hero. And that doesn't change when you get the contender title, but you can win a few more units, a little bit more gold. Basically, that's about it from what I can see. The class catalysts are the same. And really, I think if you're starting out, what you really care about is that 1, 2, or 3-star heroes. That's what you really wish that you could get more of. But hey, to get a 3-star hero from a daily crystal was still really cool. Now, Proven, you get to prove yourself. And the cool thing about Proven is that they've added some Tier 1 Alpha Catalyst fragments to that. And that could be clutch. Still, though, 1, 2, or 3-star hero, it's not until Conqueror that you actually eliminate the chance to get a 1-star hero from that daily crystal. And I wish that that was different, but you can see in Conqueror, you're getting a lot more positive chance for good items. 1,000 Tier 4 basic fragments, which I would have killed for back in the day. More chances for Tier 1 Alpha Catalyst fragments, 600, even 1,200. And again, no longer a chance for a 1-star hero. You just get the worst case scenario as a 2-star, and that is a win. Now, uncollected, we know, isn't changing, but just to remind you how important it is to become uncollected, it's like going from eating ramen to steak, although I've gotten pushback for that analogy because some of you apparently prefer ramen over steak. Cool for you. Gosh, I wish the uncollected daily crystals, and I know this is probably me just being too greedy, I wish it had a chance for 5-star shards, right? And I guess technically if you dupe a 4-star hero, you'll get 5-star shards, but I've only gotten 2 4-star heroes in over a year of the uncollected daily crystals, so the drop rates are so pathetic that I never expect to get a 4-star. And that kind of stinks because 4 stars are useless to me for the most part anyway at this point in the game, so I wish we could have more chances for tier 5 basics certainly, but if not that, 5-star shards. Okay, so besides that, they're also going to update you that the Contender and the Proven contain 3-star champions released until the end of 2016. So this is kind of a weird fact, right? Like, why are they only limiting the Contender and the Proven titles to old champions? 2016, that was almost 3 years ago. 2019 is going to be in like 2 months. So I read that and thought, that's really strange. And then it's not until you get to the Conqueror crystal that you'll get champs from 2017, which again is almost 2 years ago. And then all of the champions will be waiting for you in the 4-star champion crystal pool of uncollected, which I remind you, I've gotten 3 4-stars and like 400 of those uncollected daily crystals. So don't let that fool you. It's not like there's this perception that when you get the daily uncollected crystal, you're all of a sudden just going to see 4-stars pop up every day. No. You could go a full 2-3 months without seeing one, and that's just the BS ratio. I think it's like a 0.8%. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same drop rate to get a new Grandmaster featured champion in those Grandmaster featured crystals as it is to just get a 4-star crystal from the daily uncollected crystals. Okay, so they're going to be the champions. We're not going to waste our time with that. You can look at that on your own. As always, I also want to put this link in the description box. It'll be pinned as a comment for you to easily check out this post yourself so you don't have to fish for it on the forums. One of the things that's a really weird inclusion is that premium hero crystals are going to cost less depending on how much better you get, but I don't remember. In fact, I don't think I ever, when I started out, spent units on premium disappointment crystals. I get over 100 of those for free about, I don't know, every month and a half just for grinding in the arena. So this is not going to be a big deal at all for anyone if they're smart with their units. Spend your units on mastery builds. Awaken parry and dexterity and deep wounds, glass cannon, things that will automatically improve your gameplay no matter what level of champion you're fighting with. Don't throw and waste your units on the really, really terrible MCOC slot machine casino that is the premium harassment crystal or premium disappointment crystal. So all this is starting following the release of 21.0, which is next week. These titles, I suppose, are going to matter to you if you haven't done this before. And I do want to scroll up and point out, because I kind of breezed past it, one line in this that, because the question is always, why is Kabam doing this? Well, on the surface, like I said, they're doing this to retain newer players who might get burnt out from their bad luck or frustrated in a lack of progression and they quit the game. That's also the reason why we discovered a couple months ago these crazy get back in the contest deals that they were given to intermediate and better players, where they were given 5-star featured crystals just for logging back in the game, right? They care so much about getting you hooked again that this is going to be the focus. And it makes sense from a monetary standpoint. Of course, Kabam is a for-profit company. There's nothing wrong with that. They are a for-profit company and should want to make money. So I do want to say that part of my fear with all of this is the last line of this paragraph. Also, every once in a while, you may see offers that are tailored to your progression level. So this is Kabam blatantly saying, we are wanting to take more units and, most importantly, more cash from you. And so we are targeting what we think you desperately need to improve. And that is why you've suddenly started seeing these like really quick tier 4 basic offers and 5-star shard offers pop up. They're already tailoring these offers to even people of my high ranking. And I noticed when I was watching the Crystal Opening Whales last Grandmaster feature video, he actually saved up units to get the tier 4 basic because he needed more of those. And I guess if you're in those positions, it makes sense. But it just goes to show you that if he thinks it's worth it to, capitalize, any player is going to have those targeted. And most of the time, I want to tell you that it's not worth it at all. But Kabam is micro-targeting summoners based off of these new tiers to maximize their temptation to purchase this. This is not just a 3-star or 4-star crystal anymore. This is very specific to trying to rank up champions. We started seeing this when you would have the monthly champion, which in November is going to be Domino, and then the next day you would have that specific class offered for 3,000 units for 3 tier 4 class catalysts, and that's kind of been what Kabam tested their feet with, and it's one of the things that I kind of talked about a little bit in New York City with them, and they really liked how those offers performed. So that is why we're seeing more and more of this, and I am not surprised at all that we have seen this inclusion. So I know this video is much longer than my normal video, but I wanted to try to cover all the bases and also give you a little idea into what I did in New York City and what I tried to accomplish for the better of the community. I really think that overall, these are going to be good for player retainment and summoner retainment, especially if you're on a string of bad luck and you're trying to get through Act 1 or Act 2. But I just plead with you, if you're watching this, don't waste money on premium crystals. If they're 10 or 20 or 30 units cheaper, doesn't matter. They're still a terrible value. Save those units for mastery builds, for revives, and for offers, because occasionally, as you know, I'm going to give an offer an A or an A+, and I'm going to encourage you to get it if you have those units, because it's going to help you so fast in the game. You want guaranteed value in this game, not the luck of the casino. So please keep that in mind. Thanks for watching, and please let me know what you think about all these changes to the game in the comments below. I always appreciate and enjoy reading your continued feedback.